you can see me twice. Be gone. I'm so last minute with this one. Here we go. Uh-oh. Let's see. Am I? Yep, I show up here too. Is this the correct microphone? Yep. Seems like it. All right. Welcome. I'm not stressed. Yet again, I was out in town just before stream doing stuff and kind of had to hurry to get all of the tech set up. If you hear any noise, let me know. I'm running a, what's it called? Dryer right now. So I think you shouldn't hear it, but you never know. You never know. Anyhow, it's also my curtain are closed. Maybe I should open the... whatever. I'm doing like a spring cleaning, so if you see anything in the background, you may see some like duvets and stuff. I live in such a small apartment, so it's like I have to use all the space I can. Anyhow, today I was thinking I would try making my idea was making like a boat, like a small, probably like raft. I'm not sure about a proper boat. I mean, it would be nice, sort of like a, wait, how do you say that in English? Something like this would be really cool. And I'm thinking like the size would be gnome sized, so you could put it next to like next to the boardwalk and they could jump in, and I mean this is sort of just decoration stuff, but I think it could really liven up the scene a bit, especially if you're doing like a swamp. So I think I want to try to do one of these, in particular something kind of flat, because that won't interfere too much, or it will work well with the rendering and everything. So I will try to do that, but it will have to be kind of small, so within a single tile. So we'll see. Let's just move the microphone a bit. But yeah, so that's my goal. I will see how that goes. Ideally it should be in both directions, so you know, at least you can turn it. Maybe more directions, maybe all directions would be nice, but that takes more time, so we'll see. We will see. I think the good news is that it's sort of, I think doing organic, like non-organic stuff is a bit easier, but also the lines, if you look at the, oh, okay, I was going to zoom in onto the little boat. I want to see what it's in English though. Rowboat. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Rowboat. What was I saying? Right. I would like to... yeah, the lines are sort of... I already now know that the pixel density will mess up probably the slight angles on it. So I'm not sure we can do sort of this, even though this is exactly what I want. So we might end up doing like a raft or something like this. Of course I get the the game, but you know, this is sort of like the backup plan. And it will bob on the water. Yeah, I think that's the goal. Let's see. So I think it's just getting started now. I can also warn you, I try to keep this stream to around 60 minutes again. Because right now I'm working on, I guess, quests. I'm doing a lot of, well, there's some quests, there's also some quest tech that I'm doing. So I would like to finish a new kind of quest type today. One where you collect, basically, you could collect items, or you could collect objects, you know, like fruit, for instance, I might even do like collect animals or collect corrupted or something like that. I want to support all of those at least. So, and that one will require a bit more effort because I want it to be like an item that you place stuff into to collect them. So I really want to get around to wrap that up today. So we can continue work with the actual quests. But yeah, what to name this? Robot, maybe? Robot. But I would also like to have a rowboat. If you have followed the developments in Discord, you will know that there's been a lot of stuff to support. I guess a lot of them look really good in swamps, I think. So there are boardwalks and there is now moss. So there's lots of... Maybe I should actually use copper tile. So there are lots of stuff that I think would work really well with the rowboat as well. And I think for these streams, up until launch, I would probably do more decoration stuff. I have a sort of big list of stuff I want to do. Like basically diorama items. But they're also not, they're sort of not prioritized because plants and quests are more important right now. But if we're doing a stream, why not take the opportunity to make some decorations for the gnomes. The gnomes. Okay. Perfect. We have started. Somehow I need to actually wait. Can we, if we resize it a bit, we can use more height for now. And yeah, let's do this. So I'm just going to open the keeper. Here it is. Which one? Probably this one. So I just want a reference for size. Oh, it's so cute. So I think this would work really well. So just to make some expectations or so. I don't know. What if this shape is horrible? I can see that. No comment. But we would do something like this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And the keep. Oh, I'm painted on the keeper. I'm such a doofus. But something like that. What? I don't see why. Oh no. Did it again. Well, something like this. Fill it in. Just want to see. So the thing is, there is no real depth in it, so you cannot have the keeper. How do I put it? There is no support, at least not right now in the engine, and probably not for launch, to have like an additional layer in front, because then we could have had, an item like this that sort of occludes the keeper. But since that doesn't work, that's why I really need to make it kind of flat in the end. Hello Rex, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope I guess it's summer. I don't know if it's summer. I don't think it's technically summer yet where I live, but it's really warm and nice, so I hope it's treating you fairly. And I hope that maybe I don't know if you're done with school since last time. Maybe you have some time more before it's done. I think students here are getting sort of close to done. I'm not sure. Hello, Romy. I don't think I've seen you here before. If I have, I apologize. Okay, shape. This is going to be hard, I think. I already feel it, but we can do it. We always make it. But it's sort of like this soft soft angle that's going to I don't know, I might pull my hairs a bit. And I wonder if I should use the line tool more for this, or if I should go for freehand drawing, because sometimes I feel like that's easier. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, go with that. You still got university. Yeah, I get it. Soon though, am I right? Yeah, I'm doing a boat. I'm trying to make a boat. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know why I always challenge myself a bit too much on these streams, but I think usually it turns out fine. I think last week or last time was a bit easier with a sandcastle, because I knew sort of how to make that. But yeah, we'll see. I will try my best. I think that's kind of a good size. I'm a bit worried. I don't think I can make it bigger than the tile though. That's a good point. So it will be kind of a small boat. No, first stream. Played the demo and I fell in love. Nice. It's so cute and relaxing. Oh, that's great to hear. That's kind of the vibe I hoped for. Definitely the relaxing bit, and I mean the cute thing too. So it will. Okay, I guess this is a smallish boat, but I think it should be fine. Maybe a raft would work. Yeah, exactly. I think that's basically the backup. I don't know if you saw that earlier, but I mean, that raft would be super easy. I mean, I basically have a raft already, and I don't want the game raft, but since I have the boardwalk, I could actually show it. You have seen the picture, I know, but you know. So this is sort of like a raft. You just need to adapt it a bit more to the water. I don't know, maybe add I don't think a sail would work so well, but maybe add some oars to the sides or something, just to make it look like a raft. But I will try the rowboat first. I mean, I mean, it could be, I guess what you're saying with the raft, it could be sort of like a rowboat shaped raft that's still kind of flat. That could also be something, sort of like a compromise. I need a lot of reference stuff now, I think. Yeah, this has way too much depth. Technically this one does too. But I wonder if we could do like sort of like a tub. Maybe sort of like a tub would be cute as well. What is this? I get some weird images. Oh, you don't see it. Sorry. But I get like people. Like a bunch of bamboo rather than wooden planks. Yeah, exactly. That could work. Or definitely would work, I think. I mean, wooden plants are good too, I guess. Okay, let's remove the keeper for now. And decision. I want to try to make a... I don't know, like a boaty boat first, and then raft is back up. Because I'm thinking, if we just follow these lines, as per usual, what am I doing? And then it should go up here, I guess. What was I saying? Right, if we just follow the lines here and add a tiny bit of depth, I have a feeling that it could work. I want to try that first. And if you're new, you probably wonder what I'm doing. I zoom in and out a lot. That's my usual workflow. I get comments about it, but it's how I work. This should be behind. And then I want to try. So right now I'm just doing like shape stuff. I'm not worrying so much about what? About colors or I guess the final shape. I just want to see the. I guess it's more like composition. Just want to get a feel for it. Not great, but isn't this one? This one? Yeah. I need a sharper border or edge. But you know, just trying out to see if this works. So let's put a keeper in. Oops. Keeper's in. Then if we zoom out and just close our eyes. Imagine real hard. Wait, what? Do we have, and I'm going to use my patented purple. Not too bad, I think. And I like that it's kind of off angle as well. It looks a bit more organic. Because, you know, if you see like a a rowboat in a lake or so, they're, I would say, rarely perfectly aligned with stuff. But yeah. Hello, it is I, Bertus. Hello, Bertus. Welcome. Oh, thanks. I started graphic design. Uh-oh. We got a pro. I will let you know. I didn't study graphic design and I didn't study any art. I'm more I guess programmer or software engineer or whatever by trade. So I mean, now I'm doing art stuff, but I guess education wise. Yeah. Feel free to leave hints. 'Cause I, like you said, I understand a bit of what you're doing, and that's good because I'm not sure I understand what I'm doing. But I'm thinking, because the boats normally would have, you know, like that was bad. They would add these kind of, what do you call them? Sitting planks, and those I fear wouldn't work so well. So I guess it's more like, you know, when you're a child and you make a boat out of a leaf, that's sort of kind of the vibe I'm getting. Oh, that would be cool to actually have a leaf boat. That's for the future, but that would be really cute. Okay, I'm not really pleased with the shape, but it's because I've been quite I don't know. I want to say I didn't pay proper attention because there's something here that's off. I mean, size-wise, it really is off. And when you think of the angles, it would be... I guess I should make the... Oh, I'm messing this up. I should just merge all of the layers now. I like to have as few layers as possible. Myself, personally. I usually start with some layers to have some freedom, like initially, but then I don't know. I think it gets too messy, too slow to make adjustments. Actually, what am I doing? This wouldn't really work because in real life you would have had a border like this, like an edge. So let's start with that. Now we have some more shape. Let's say we're using 2 pixels high. Then it would leave us like this. Wonk, 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 wonk. It's not too bad. It's pretty scary seeing a pro watching you do something. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So are you working with graphic design now, or did you move into something kind of different? Because for me, I mean, when I studied, I was definitely like, I want to do coding. And then I started working, and basically I realized I don't want to do so much code anymore. And now I'm doing a lot of code because I wanted to make a game, but that's besides the point. It's not what I'm trying to say. That would be the wrong angle. Yeah, I don't know. I think this could work. For me, it's scary to actually, at some point, when you start, you're always scared, or I'm always scared, like, will I, I'm sorry, I will continue with my eyes closed. That's fine. Or what? Ah, okay, now I see. Now I'm analyzing data. Oh, okay. Like, how was it called? Sort of like, the words are slipping away for me right now. There's a word for it that I'm kind of thinking of. Anyhow, if it comes back, it will come back. Okay, next thing I need to solve, I think, is this, I don't know, this side. Because I guess it should be the same height. So 2 pixels, yeah. Oh, if you're new to the stream, you will realize I do tangents all the time. And I'm barely aware of what I really struggle with focusing on work as well as you know, work and talking at the same time. That angle is quite off. I think I'm actually doing lots of tangents. I have so much respect for streamers since I started doing these. It's like, what? It's so hard. You know, just talking about what you're doing, or that's at least how I'm trying to approach it. To give some kind of, I don't know, glimpse into how I think. I mean, I'm not sure that's it. You would want to know how I think, but yeah, some kind of, I don't know. I said glimpse. And then I kind of need to be aware of what I'm doing, and a lot of the time I just do stuff and I hope it turns out well. And I'm not sure about this, because usually, so I've done a few planks before, or planky stuff, and also I don't like these colors. I would probably move to another color space in a bit, but for now let's just focus on the shading. And now I'm on a tangent. I was going to say something. Yeah, lines. Because I've done a few planks and it's hard because you don't want them too wide. Because then you don't get sort of like the visual detail or fidelity or to look good, but you also don't want them to be too narrow, because then you have too many lines that just become like a visual mess, I think. So usually it's sort of like I have to try a few different things, especially when they need to connect and line up, and basically, you know, when they repeat, say like you have like the boardwalk, that was one of those, because they connect and you can make them however long you want to. But yeah, must be difficult. I imagine that being entertaining. Yeah, and working at the same time is a lot. I can imagine too. It's but I really enjoy these streams. The first time when was that? The first time I did one, it was pre-Christmas last year. We did like a little holiday stream, and I think that was the first one, and it was pretty scary. like short version is we did like a Christmas tree, and whatever I did in the beginning was horrible. But then someone popped by that was like a biologist from out of nowhere, and they were like, yeah, these trees grow in this way, in this pattern, so maybe follow that. And I followed that, and it turned out okay. But what was I saying? What I learned was also that I really like doing these. I thought I would think it was scary or so, but I don't know. It's just fun. Maybe I don't take it so serious. It's not like I try to make it like my primary job or anything. So it's okay if I'm a bit bad at what I'm doing. I don't know. Oh, it definitely. Speaking today is hard. Oh, I should slow down. Oh, it must be. I can't even imagine myself streaming. I keep on getting. You remember that stream? Yeah, I kind of remember it. I think it was like 3-4 hours, and that is one thing I also learned then is just talking for so long. That's also one of those things that I sort of wonder how do professional streamers manage. It's like I got so not super hoarse or anything, but definitely I could feel that I had been talking a lot. Okay, there's something off with this. Let's try a keeper first. What is off? Like shadow will always work, so when the shadow is added, it will look better. I'm not sure. The angles are sort of okay, because it sort of looks like a more organically built boat. But maybe it's this line. I'm not sure. Isometric stuff is so hard. For me, at least. Now and then I look at those old games, like like Diablo or whatever, and they have all of. I guess my hypothesis is that they created 3D models and then generated isometric art from stuff. Because hand animating that would have been, if they did, they are crazy. So whenever I think of this or what I'm doing, or what will the next game look like, and because I really like isometric stuff, I think it adds a lot of character in a 2D environment, but maybe there's better ways to do, or I think there's better ways to do it, because I struggle quite a bit with animals. Because they are very organic and they move, and so I had to take a lot of shortcuts to make it make it working. So we'll see. And this tangent, I have no idea where I'm going with, but it doesn't matter. I'm making a boat. Okay, give me thoughts on the boat. I could continue with this. I would add some shadow, create some better shading. I see some issues. Maybe improve the lines, but I could also move on to a raft attempt. Yeah, it's a boat of an acorn shell. Could be a boat of an acorn shell. What I'm trying to do is basically like a flatter kind of boat. Due to the rendering tech in the game, it cannot be too deep in the boat. So if you see a boat here, I mean, you have the sides, and then you have inside the hull, I guess. That kind of negative space is not really working that well in the current game engine. Basically due to the game being a 2D asymmetric game. There are so many issues with that. So when you look at the game, I mean, this is a callback to 2 minutes ago, but if you look at a game like Stardew Valley, or when you have, I don't know what you would call that. Whatever. Not isometric. There are some things in those games that are easier to do, but you lose some depth. But sometimes I envy them. I also envy a lot 3D games. Would be so cool to make at some point do a Horticular 2 in 3D. I mean, it should be Horticular 3D, like in the good old days. But yeah. Romy says both. Oh, okay, probably to Benedek. Also, hello Benedek. I didn't say hi. I think what I will do is actually to move to to move to a different color space, or do some things with that. Maybe that's my biggest gripe right now. And if you're new, you haven't heard this probably, but I have this palette, and it's basically like a constraint I set when I started a project way back. If I would redo it, I would say take 1 more second investigating the palettes, but I was really quick at choosing this one, and I like it, but there are some difficulties sometimes. Especially I don't like reds too much. I mean, there are some neat reds in it. And blue is also quite hard. I don't know if you see the colors, but there are quite a few blues, but they are, I don't know what I don't like about them. Most of them don't work very well, at least not in when I try to use them for things. I don't know. The greens are really good though, which, you know, for a game with plants, that makes sense, I guess. Well, I can't really be here for long, so I'm gonna head out. Have a great pixel arting and chatting. See ya, Benedek. That's fine. I hope maybe you're eating. You usually eat by now. By now, I've learned. But have a nice day, Benedict. Very vibrant. Yeah, I think some of them are really vibrant and some of them are not. Sort of like this green. I'm not saying that this is my favorite, but you know, when you do things like this and you go deeper in the shades and maybe add some highlights, and you know, I'm not saying this was good, but this could be like a neat gem. But then when you move into the blues, I don't know why I'm doing this tangent. I don't get the same good feel. And there are lots of them to choose from. It's just, okay, this one was okay. Never, I don't know. I think it's something with, I don't know. Let's return to bots. I have no clue how I ended up in this this tangent. Right, because I'm choosing new colors now. Because we have those browns up here, and they are... I don't like them too much. Sometimes I use them, but they're not as vibrant as what you can do with this. In particular, you have a lot of highlight potential. So with this color, you can still do even more highlights. Let's say you can add some yellow. And then, if it's needed even more, we can use this super yellow. And also, conversely, if we need more darkness, we can move into the reds. And you don't really see a big difference. It kind of works with the browns, so I don't know. That's sort of the color space I like the best, but I try to also not use it for everything wood related. So there are some trees in this color space. But yeah. Yeah. Though 3D art is harder than 2D. Yeah, you've got perspective and lighting sorted out by the engine. Yeah, exactly. But actually making a finely detailed plant, for example, is very hard. Yeah, no, I get that. So for me, I'm thinking it will probably be something simpler. I mean, I'm not making Horticular 2 today nor tomorrow, but it will probably not be the realistic route. It will probably be more the cute stylized, or how do you say it? Like a particular art style that still looks good, like fidelity-wise, but with some shortcuts for simplicity. It's, you know, sort of what I do with Horticular now is I rely on a lot of movement from the engine, or you know, from the tech. So for instance, like grass swaying and whatever, there's no animation or anything. It's just moving vertices around, if you know the lingo. I think the boat should be darker. Maybe that's what I don't like. Maybe I missed something. I actually used to do some pixel art sprites in Krita for my Terraria mode. Ah, cool. Cool. Then I moved to Asprite since someone just gave it to me for free. How do you like the difference? For me, I really like Krita as like it's a good general purpose thing, and it works well with a drawing pad as well. So I don't think I would switch, but I've heard and seen Asprite a lot. With 2D, you have to stylize, improvise more. Yeah, I agree. And that's sort of part of the fun for me. It's like, if the engine doesn't support something, you can still draw it. And as long as you can draw it, it will exist. So I kind of like that. But also, like Rex said, I mean, there are so many like depth issues, and, you know, for instance, you could have a plant. If you made a plant grow like in a simple way, you could, you know, just scale it in 3D. I mean, you could just scale it up and down, or let it come up out of the ground, or both at the same time. And in isometric 2D, it just doesn't work. It might be possible if you, for every pixel, also have some kind of height map or normal map or a combination, but at that point you have so much work with each asset that I don't know. At that point you might want to create it from a 3D model into 2D, and if you already have the 3D model, I don't know. Maybe I should just go for 3D then, in that case. Tangent aside, okay, I feel so slow now. I think I got a bit tired from the day's activities, so I should actually get going with the boat. I just talk. I think that's what I like with the streams. I enjoy talking. Actually, let's try to fake in a boardwalk. Because if that doesn't work, we are kind of screwed. But look at this. Imagine this, right? I'm buying the vibe. Pip, 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 pip. Whoop. Pip, 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 pip. What the engine doesn't support, and I'm not going to feature creep this now because I really want the game out, is to have like items that can say I'm a not usable, but at least an activity. So the boat could be like, the keeper wants to do something, so it goes to the boat, and, you know, by its behavior. There are so many things that would work, that could work, and we'll see how the game launches. And if it goes well enough, man, I'm looking forward to do some wilder things. Basically what I'm doing now is using the kind of whatever you get in the demo, make it better, make it much bigger, like more options, but not diverge too much, because it's basically like, it's a format that people have enjoyed, so let's not break anything. But with that said, once that's out, and I'm free to do, you know, I talk about this every time probably, when I'm free to do whatever kind of expansion or, you know, update to the game that I want. That could be like even a self-contained thing. That could be really cool. you know, my example that I'm not saying I will do would be to make like a moon horticular. You're on the moon and everything is completely different and alien and same logic but maybe some different mechanics, and I don't know. It just sounds so fun to me to be a bit more creative, because right now as I said, I'm trying to just expand on the current formula, and it's not so much creativity. I guess what I'm doing mostly now with creativity. Ah, look, that's why I hated it. Sorry for the tangent, but that makes sense. I mean, we shouldn't see those pixels. What I really enjoy right now is I'm doing quests and stuff, and those can be a bit more fun, you know? Like funny characters, maybe making some new contacts in the game. I should see what you have said. I think I prefer Asprite more. It's a lot simpler to use than Krita since it focuses mostly on pixel art. Yeah, that makes sense. I have a feeling it's also sort of, at least with animations, because you can do animations in Krita, but when the program is specialized for pixel art, I imagine it's going to be easier to do, at least. But yeah, moon sounds great. It does, right? It does. It's also, I also had, I say this every time probably, but it could be cool to make maybe like an underwater thing. So all of your keepers have like little breathing apparatuses, and you're underwater and everything is fishes and crabs and snails and I just want to be creative. It's the most fun part of doing this. But sometimes you're just gonna have to finish something as well, I guess. Okay. This doesn't really make sense. I have way too much. Either it should be like super bright all around, or it should be, I mean, it should be the same color is what I'm trying to say. And probably it should be brighter than the inside, but I'm also moving to another color space maybe. We'll see. I don't know if color space is the best word for it. Ah, maybe this could work. But it's so dark. Sometimes I find it hard with the 2D stuff, is because you need the shading, you need to draw the shading. So you need like the spectrum or the gradients. And sometimes that interferes because you also want to have different colors. I don't know if I explained this well enough. I don't know, I cannot decide on the colors. It's like I could do it like this. Oh, I should remove the keeper. Something like that. But it gets a bit too yellowy, I think, for the boat. On the other hand, the contrast with it would be nice with some contrast to the boardwalk. By the way, when did you play the demo? Was it recently, or? I have basically, it's been a long time since we updated it, so I guess I'm a bit out of the loop with the demo. I'm usually confused when someone asks, or when I post a picture of, you know, like swamp water, and people ask if that's new, and I'm like, nah, I think I've had it for years, but then I realized it was never in the demo because it was always sort of like the release thing, a release item or surface. I really messed this up. I think I'm going to go back on my plan to use this color, at least for the what would you call it, like the rim of the boat. The thing is, I don't even think it's too bad as it is, but I feel like it's lacking something. But when you compare it to like the boardwalk, it's like it's not going to get much more detail. I cannot get too much more details into the few pixels I have access to. I played it a few weeks ago, like 3 times. Oh wow. Wow. That's one of the things I designed. I thought when we released the demo it would be an hour, maybe 90 minutes. Because, you know, when I play it, I know exactly what to do. Wait, this should be here. And then it turns out it's more like 3 hours, which is really cool. And then it turns out that a lot of people play it for many hours. Like there are some that are, you know, 80 plus hours in, and that was never the intention. I mean, it's really cool, and I'm happy that people enjoy it. I guess I'm not as good at predicting stuff. But it's really nice because then I don't worry so much anymore content-wise. It's so much bigger than the demo already. And I know that I will be able to fill up more later, and the stuff I release with will definitely be a lot of hours for the people that enjoy the game. This should be a bit darker, this angle. This boat is taking longer than I thought. On the other hand, I don't really mind. Let's see, I like the beige better than more red-brown. Yeah, I agree. Do you also think so maybe for the outside? I kind of like... Part of me like that there is a difference. So you have like the reddy brown on the outside, on the inside it's more beige. Maybe I like it because you don't really see a big difference. But yeah. Maybe a little more height in the rims. That could be a thing. I'm just worried when the... I mean, one more could work. Like 1 pixel. It's just when the keeper walks in. This is not going to happen a lot, but I want it to look good. When the keeper walks in, they will basically walk through the... or on top of everything. So when they stand here, you will see it's standing on the rim. So with 1 more pixel, it could be too much, but I can try. I like the contrast on the sides. Okay, then I keep this, I guess. I wonder if... No, not the keeper. Actually, I usually group stuff. Yep. I wonder if it works well when we flip it. I mean, I need to redo the shading, but I would say we have basically 2 easy directions. I just redo the shading in this direction, and then at least we have 2 variations for free. So that's good, because then you can at least align the boat in the way you want it to. Where was I? Right. So we have some shadow from the rim. We have... Oops. Usually I do a bit of ambient occlusion, basically. Like so, but I'm not sure it will work too well. And I'm not sure if you see a difference even. Like you can see the bottom left, you can see the size. I think it's the size it would be in the game. Because no, it is, yeah. I think it's basically scaled up to 200% as well. I don't know why. Yeah, I think so. And there I don't really see a huge difference. Do I? I think I talked about this last time. There's a term for it in the movie industry. It's called pixel something, and I find it so suitable for this. It's like pixel optimization or something, where you spend a lot of time. It's like a bad thing, where you spend a lot of time perfecting details that no one will see. And that's me in a nutshell. But I like to pay attention to. I hope, you know, my wish is that when people play Horticular, that they feel that at least there's attention paid to things. Like there's care involved in the product. So regardless of if they like it or not, you know, it might not be for everyone. I kind of like this thing. Became an odd gradient, but I kind of like it. Anyhow, regardless of if they like the game or not, I wanted to at least feel like I cared when I made it. Oh wow. Happy little accident, maybe? It doesn't really make sense from a physical point of view. I guess this would be a boat that has a convex interior. Convex, I think, is the correct word. Which I guess doesn't make sense, but it looks fine. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let's see. Yeah, the contrast. I get it. I didn't know the keeper was walking into it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just one of those. Like in theory, I need to think now. Like I think it could work to have sort of 2 layers to items. I'm not doing it for release at least because it would be a lot of work. But where you could have like the outer rim or on one side at least be its own. I don't know. It seems like it could work at least. But during the development of the game, I've definitely had some of those. Oh, I see one thing I want to do now. Some of those like, this should work. Let's do it this way. And then, oh, it looks so much better now. And then you try it out and it just doesn't work in isometric. Or I don't know how to do it, but I feel like I've exhausted a lot of there are so many interesting solutions to make it look 3D. It's like, it's basically a 2D game, but along with some lighting tech and, you know, some things like the ground moving down when you're digging, and it kind of gives the perception that this is a 3-dimensional world. In the end, everything is rendered. You know, the game engine figures out how to. That's too much of a gradient. I don't have too much gradients in the game because I think I don't know. I don't like the look too much. I like clear edges or at least bigger gradients. So like too thick could work, but it would be too much here, I think. It's kind of good, but it definitely gives more of a convex feel. I forgot what I was talking about, but that's fine. Let's see. I'm trying to think back to a time where I've drawn a boat, but I can't think of one. Yeah, I've drawn a few, not for the game, but actually over Christmas, me and my sister did like a board game together on paper, basically a prototype for fun. And sort of like the old Pirates or Sid Meier's Pirates game or something like that, where you're a ship and you can whatever. It's not being released anyhow. But I drew a boat and it was ugly, and she is definitely better at pencil drawing than me. That's for sure. I think you are your own worst critic. Oh, definitely. I always find it hard to look at my own art without being hard on myself. Yeah, I agree. For sure, I can relate. Whoops, wrong button. I don't know. I kind of feel done with this one. It's it feels like a cop-out almost. Or I don't know. I feel like I should have done something more. But it's definitely, it has some complexity. It's a bit cute looking, so it ticks a few boxes. It has a shadow already. I will do, I have time to do the flip version, but that will be real quick. Maybe I can take some time to get it into the game and just show it to you. Show the process, basically. I guess it would be if the boat had some kind of, what do you call them? Like decoration. Let me see. Or like the oars or something, you know? Something like that. When you think of like Age of Sail ship, they have these. I'm not saying I will make this, but they, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit flat or a bit boring. That's what I'm trying to get at, I guess. Surfboard. That's the expansion. Keepers in Paradise, where they are surfing and they have lemonade stands. Oh, the light color in the middle really works. Okay, but then I go for it. For me, it's kind of, I guess it's easy when someone says that's fine, I just go with it. But when I need to decide myself, I can spend way too long to try to perfect stuff, I guess. Let me just try doing some. Is it group? I wish I remember the name. I can't Google it. I think I bring it up every stream. There's a name, I think in movie terms, or I don't know if it's movie or whatever, but sort of like small details on things that don't really matter, but make it look more complex and like things are happening. So if you think like a spaceship, it would have like little antennae sticking out and like grooves and, you know, things that don't necessarily make sense, but looks interesting and gives some character, I guess. I wish I knew that word, because I like those and I like introducing them to things. You know, it could be like a little flag. A little flag with a spiral on. Would it work great with rendering? I will try this then. Okay. I mean, it's such a small detail, so let's try adding the oar clamps or whatever. Not sure how dark I want it to be. I don't feel like I have so many pixels to use. Kind of have to work more this way, I guess. It's not too bad. Trinkets could work. As a, it's not that word that I'm thinking of, but it's a word I should at least memorize. It works, I think. I want to say it's called something like grubles or, but it sounds so strange. Okay, so if we had, okay, let's play with this. If we had two of those, would we like it, or would we? Wait, maybe a bit more in the back. But no, it's a bit off here. Could I imagine a keeper standing on top of this, looking like they do? I mean, I think I could. I don't think I can have an oar. Question is, can I have transparency? There is this little trick that I'm doing with creatures. Not sure how well it works with items rendering wise. But if you do some opacity and let's take this color, we get basically what looks like something's, you know, under the water surface But on the other hand, that's also not needed technically, because the engine actually does something similar automatically. It's turned off. You can turn it off in the settings, because it basically needs some double rendering. So maybe I shouldn't do this. No, let's put it in the game and see what it looks like. Oops, priority 1. That's usually, sometimes I do that too late, but it's sort of, it's good to try stuff out early and then you can modify it if it doesn't work out. Okay, let's export. So this is a bit of setup time. I think I can do this quickly enough though. I'm not super worried about spoilers, but I try not to be too spoilery on the stream. So I will open the editor now. I'm not sure I should actually show the full thing. Here we go. And if you haven't seen it before, here is the tooling to make the game. It will be bundled, I guess. It's bundled with the game. The game comes with the editor. So if you want to do stuff yourself, oh, I shouldn't show that. You're very free to. Where is items? Here. Maybe I just be a bit secretive. Okay. I can show you this. So here is the basically how you set up the items. Let's do 188. Just after moss, which is 187, and I did that yesterday. We don't care about the name right now. I can do that on my own. What I do need is texture. What's the name? Robot. Sorry if that hurt. I hit my microphone. Robot affected by wind. No. Out unlocked. Doesn't matter. I would say it's out unlocked, but it's I shouldn't dive into the details for now. But I want it walkable and I want it to bob in the water. And I guess this is an item for now. I think I'm redoing the categories a bit before launch. But for now, this is it. We can do it flat. It should be flat. Shadow size. This is basically like an additional ambient shadow that I add to most items. Just gives more, I don't know. It feels like the item takes up more space, I guess. Stack. I guess it could stack. You could stack. Would it be medium? Yeah, you could stack maybe. Nah, not medium. That's a bit too much. Small items on top. Unlock would be nectar store. Doesn't drop anything. It doesn't have any lights. I guess it has a tag. It would be construct. No animation, height. These things we could, and walk height. We should change that. That's a new thing. It basically makes any creatures on top walk higher, I guess. And height would be strange on this one. Let's say 2 for now. Cost doesn't matter. Let's say it's a more end game thing. Balancing pending. There are no variations now. Okay, good. Sorry, I had to walk you through that. And now it should just work. Check. I guess we have 60 seconds until we're in the game. Fingers crossed. No crashes. I mean, I'm usually in the middle of something. I think it should be fine now. Time for source code. Have fun looking at that. I don't know why it's so slow right now. Maybe it's because I'm streaming, but I'm definitely not having a cheap PC. But something feels off, you know, like it's still not responding. Krita is fine. Why? Okay, no. Visual Studio is busy. Thank you, Microsoft. Then I know. I just want to show them the boat, please. Actually, this has never happened to me before. Do I need to... Holy moly, okay. It's task manager time. Sorry about that. Here we go, and task, maybe? Okay. Second time's the charm. I have a good feeling about this, but if this doesn't start... Oh no. I mean, I don't know what it could be though. It's like... I don't know. Technical difficulties. But this is good. Now it's loading project. I'm not sure it did last time. Now it disappeared. Here's my background. But there's no program. Okay, now it's back. Oh, please, sir, please. Okay, here we go. I have no idea what's happening. It's so slow. Please, computer, let us have the boat. Yes. If it doesn't work, there will be no boat. It must be some streaming thing, but I'm basically using the my graphics card, I think, for encoding and stuff. So I wasn't really expecting much, you know, performance implications, but oh wow. Have you seen? Well, if you have played a demo, you haven't seen this loading text. It's new. Yeah, it's not making it easy. But we're in the matrix, and it seems to be fine now. Maybe you see some new items in the main screen. Blop. Yeah, I feel like the performance is... or something is off, but we will endure. So now I'm entering my... basically... Oh. There's some spoilers. Nah, it's not a big spoiler. But I will... I'm doing some arrangements, some surface changes. So I will do it for this for now. And this is basically like a dev mode where I test stuff. It gives me access to everything, literally everything. So I will just hide it a bit when I scroll through, because it's also like story items and things like that. And I also want to have some surprises for you. Where did I put the robot? Here? No. Not here. Okay, give me 1 second. I will be back in like 10 seconds. And we're back. And here's the robot. And it's a bit off, but we can fix this. I also forgot to set where it's allowed to be. You know, like, can it be on... Can it? Yeah. So it can be on everything now, which I guess it's okay if it's on land, but it's a bit strange. So now I will do some hacking. Moss, then it's 188. So this is like a way for me to change the behavior of items from the game without making a new config file or anything. So I usually use it for trying stuff out, and then I make the change in the editor. But now it's good. So now it looks like it's on land, which is a good start. Pretty neat decoration. And here it's in water. I can see an issue. What is it called? Reflection mode? Mirror mode. Oh, is it no flip? No. Okay, I forgot what you do here. Actually, this is the correct one. Perfect. So here's the boat. I'm not sure I agree with the shadow chosen, but I don't think it looks that bad. Mystical flying robot. Yeah, it's there's potential to do a lot of weird things. So there's always some markup needed for everything. Okay, let's make a little island. This is usually what I do. When I make an item, oh, now you see a lot of stuff, but that's fine. And then I sit for way too long trying stuff out. And then I make a little, you know, an island, some flowers, some creatures. Oh, can it be on? Yep. Thing is, he won't likely stop on top of the boat as it is. And now they're using their own boat. But it's I mean, it works. You know, as I said before, maybe it would be nice if I could mark up items to be sort of like not usables, but places that keepers could move to do something. Maybe there's no animation even, but you know, they just stop on top of it for a little while. Yeah, and this one doesn't have any variations now, so I was thinking at least if you can rotate it, that would be neat. Oh. Whoop, whoop. Oh, here's another thing. That was another stream. When was that? Beginning of the year or something, I think. There was a Steam event. So we did a special stream for that one. Games made in Sweden Steam event. But okay. This is the boat in the game. It needs a bit more configuring, but not a lot. Maybe a bit more polish on the asset itself. Also a variation where it's rotated. Please stay. I don't know if it's aligned correctly. Yeah. I mean, we could... I'm not sure this is a good idea. But, is it? Yeah. There's this way where that's used for plants a lot. To allow them to not all be on the same... I'm not sure. Oh wow, a bug. Oh no, okay. Never mind. It doesn't have a name yet, and that's why. Okay, now we are... I should end the stream. This is what my testing usually devolves into. It's quite inefficient. I should just be like, oh, it's done, good, or I need to continue on it. But then I spend 5 minutes doing stuff like this. Yeah, I am from Sweden. If that wasn't... If my accent didn't make it obvious that something is up, I hope it's not too bad. Usually we end, you know, sentences and stuff quite far up in the like tonally, so it would be more something like this if I really made an effort to not speak very good English. Anyhow, we are done. Thank you for joining. I will take a few minutes to just set this boat up and do the shading on my own. But I need to kind of move on to more quests. More quests. I'm looking forward to making more quests. So yeah. Also, I'm not sure the boat should be on land. Maybe it's water only. You're Dutch, so I didn't catch the accent right away. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's... Dutch is kind of funny for me. So for me, it's like if you mix... I don't know about accent, but word-wise, if you mix German and Swedish, you get, in my mind, maybe German, Swedish, and English. Then you get Dutch. So sometimes because I know a bit of German, and sometimes if I know... see a Dutch sentence, it kind of, I just kind of understand it, because some of the words are sort of like the German equivalent, and then I see some words that are like sort of the Swedish one but spelled slightly differently. It's kind of nuts. I find it kind of fun. What happened? Well, I went nuts and put boats everywhere, and I realized I'm tired and I should pack up the stream. Do some more quests and call it a day. So I'm going to push the button. That's what happened. But basically the boat works. It bobs. And yeah, I kind of like it. I will polish it a bit. I usually polish the stream stuff slightly. Incredible. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't this the best garden? Okay, it's time. I'm losing it. Have a nice day. Thank you again for showing up. It's really fun to have people pop in. It's basically doing my job, but someone is watching me do my job. But it's fun. And I hope you have a nice few weeks. I will be back in 2 weeks as usual. So if you want to see more, just come back then. If not, that's fine too. Yeah, and it's time for the usual I cannot find the button. There it is. I will press it. See ya. Where is it? No, there it is. Bye.